Next up is Sheffield Wednesday 1, Bournemouth 0. That is unbeaten Bournemouth losing to -4 points. Sheffield Wednesday, who'd lost 4 games on the spin going into this, the Championship, everybody. But really, really big win for Wednesday there. They're going to do it with a second half penalty from Barry Bannon, and it changes things, doesn't it? It really does. We'll look at the table in just a sec. They've got -1 points now. Wednesday wins, so big for them at the moment. So Bournemouth there, Mephamcook, Kelly, Begovic is standard. Rico and Smith are the wing-backs with Gosling and Lerma sitting. Look at that front three. David Brooks, Josh King and Arnat Danjuma. Wow, that's a really, really good Championship front three that Bournemouth have got there. And Wednesday and Gary Monk are going to shut those front three out in this game, by God. Wildsmith, Burner, Iorfa and Palmer across the back. Harris and Odebajo wing-backs there, which means Reach can get further forward with Kachunga flanking Windass. Bannon and Pella Pessi, so still no Luongo in there. Izzy Brown on the bench, just being worked back in now. I think he could be key if Wednesday can get the best out of him. Here's the goal, and we spoke about this in the Bristol City Norwich game, didn't we? One pass, taking out a back three. Is it on? Is it good attacking play or bad defending? That's Windass, isn't it? Running in behind, chests it down. Steve Cook there, bumps him over. Referee says obvious goal scoring opportunity. Referee says penalty. Referee says red card. Barry Bannon says I'm going to score that penalty. So some things never change, do they? Bannon playing, I think it was Windass, wasn't it, through for the goal and then scoring the penalty. He is still a vital player for Sheffield Wednesday. So Bournemouth down to 10. Wednesday are going to end the game with 10. Kadeem Harris doesn't look very happy about that red card. Bit of a weird one. He steams into a challenge with Lerma, and then it's all very WWE. Sort of Lerma lands on top of him, and then there's a bit of a kick out from Harris, and he gets red carded for that, according to SofaScore. Violent conduct is what the red card is for. Professional foul, last man, it says. I love SofaScore, but I can't believe they use the term last man, which is not in the laws of football. That should say denying obvious goal scoring opportunity. One of my pet hates there, but I'll get out of pedantry mode and say congratulations to Sheffield Wednesday. Bournemouth were unbeaten. Really stacked team, and especially haven't seen that front three yet this season, have we? And what a brilliant front three that should be if they can keep it together. However, Wednesday get the win. 60% possession to Bournemouth, 5 shots on target to 2, 7 corners to 4. However, look, 3 big chances to 2. We always talk about the general shape of the game, but we always talk about the big chances, the XG and the penalty boxes. Some skeptics don't believe in it. It's very revealing. It's not your silver bullet, as I always say, but it does tell us that Wednesday were dangerous and a threat in this game. 2 big chances missed for Bournemouth will be disappointing. 10 shots inside the box, 440 passes to 293. If you are a Bournemouth fan, you will view this as losing a tight game based on a red card. And that's probably not really even a deluded view to look at it. If your glass is half full as a Bournemouth fan, that's what you will say. Big chances created. Maybe if the red card doesn't happen, maybe it's just a penalty, there's more chance of them coming back and getting an equaliser. But we know that the combination of the red card and penalty can kill a game if that penalty is scored. So lots to be positive about for Bournemouth over the first 10 games. Too many draws, maybe, if you look at the table. 4 wins, 5 draws. Only the 1 defeat is obviously very encouraging, but you can caveat that by saying only 1 win in the last 5. However, they have come through the first 10 games. They have mitigated the possible chaos of Eddie Howe leaving. Jason Tyndall has kept things ticking along. And they've got to game 10 with 1.7 points per game in the bag. Only 1 defeat. They have sold players, but again, they're still able to put out Danjuma, King and Brooks as a front 3. So there's plenty of cause for optimism, but obviously losing to the bottom team. Well, are they really the bottom team? Because when you look at it, Wednesday have actually scored 11 points this season. They would be somewhere around 16th position. So they're not the worst team in the league based on 10 games. We never thought they were going to be. But they're fighting against the minus 12 points. And they've got it back to -1. So 10 games in, I said at the start of the season, Wednesday, if they can do it in under 12 games, as in 1 point per game, so they can do it by game 11, then things start to look okay, I think, because we've charted out a point per game as being safe. So 46 generally. We think Wednesday need 58, possibly. However, there is now the caveat that I think it will be, and obviously we need to say 58 minus the 12 would be 46. I think it might be lower than that on the basis that all of the parachute teams are up the top of the table. I think that there'll be a bit of a stretch out and there might be some whipping boys and the total might get lower down the bottom. It looks like Swansea are competitive. Brentford will be, Millwall, Stoke, plus those parachute teams. Reading are doing well as well. Bristol City, possibly. So maybe that total might be lower, which will work in Wednesday's favour. Hey, look, it works in everybody's favour if the total's lower. But remember, if the total's lower because you're whipping boys, then you're going to lose some games down there. So anyway, Wednesday -1. The Magic Zero is now 1 game away. They can reach that in the next game, can't they? And go into positive points even with a win. The key number really is that they're 7 points off the relegation zone with 36 games to go. So if you're Sheffield Wednesday, really this season, if with 10 games to go, you're in with a decent shout, i.e. 1 game away from staying up, I think that's a sensible aim. However, if you do look at it, and it's just that 4-game losing streak. Before that, I think it was like 9 points from the first 5 or something, wasn't it? Am I right about that? Minus 8 points from the first 5. Yeah, 6, 2 wins. Yeah, it would have been 8 points from the first 5. It was all looking very, very rosy there. If they can pick up 8 points, say, from the next 5 Wednesday, then that'll be 15 games and they'll be on 7 points. And they'll just basically be in a normal standard relegation scrap with 31 games to go. And you'd think, okay, things are starting to looking good. What Wednesday can't afford to have is probably any more than 2 of those 4-game losing streaks. They just can't afford to do that. But this is a very, very big and important win. And the fact that they've done it against one of the Year 1 parachute teams in Bournemouth is very, very good news. So anyway, I'm rambling a bit with my analysis, but still some signs that are decent for Wednesday. And especially if you can beat a team like Bournemouth with a front 3 of Danjuma, King and Brooks, then really, beat anybody at home, can't you? Surely, by that logic. So a good night for Wednesday. And again, some cause for optimism. Amazing how it flips on that minus score. People were writing them off after the Wickham game. So a really good response to that. And for Bournemouth, disappointing defeat, but much to be positive about over the first 10 games is what I would say. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Bournemouth 0. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.